Hey, rebels. Okay, so I am getting this energy of guardedness. Now, I don't know if this is you or if this is someone else or who the fuck it is, but there's this thick energy of guardedness. And at the bottom of the deck, we had endings. So let's go ahead and jump right into this and see. Spirit, what is this energy of guardedness? Where is this energy of guardedness coming from? Okay. Intuitive Cav, unexpected money. Let's go this way. Thoughts. Jezebel. Can we get a clarifier for Jezebel? Ice King. Okay. All right. Well, I'd rather honestly leave it like that. So obviously, thus far, there is a cold-hearted gentleman. I don't know that he's quite a gentleman, but he's guarded. Divine masculine. We get one more on the other side of thoughts. Okay, 2. Divination and child. All right, bottom of the deck, manipulation. And top of the deck, rituals. All right, so what I am seeing here, and at the bottom, rich girl, okay. What I am seeing here is that due to your practices, due to your character, due to what you deem as the quality of life, there is an Ice King, Jezebelish isk type of guy who is having complications, making you change your mind, convincing you to change your mind, persuading you to change your mind. The more interesting of all the cards that I'm seeing here is the divine masculine. And though there is this falsehood that has yet to be realized by him, because he feels as if he is supposed to set you in line and put you on a course of living life a certain way, not realizing, and potentially maybe he does realize, not realizing that due to his Jezebelish ways, he's not the leader of this parade. He is not the leader. He's not even following. He is rather trying to dig in the archives of his skill sets and wondering why these things are not working on you now. The reason why these things are not working on you here in the center of the read with intuitive care and unexpected money, he does not understand how you are abundant in your energy, and that it is time for him to understand that it is for you to guide him to a different place and a different behavior of the life experience that he has lived up to thus far. I'm feeling this energy of this. It's a guy who has, very loud confirmation. They don't want to hear it. That this is a guy who has heard through a community of those that came before him how things should be, how things shouldn't be. I'm also getting the energy of him. It's like the show and tell. The falsehood that he lives in has been proven to be correct for him and worked out for him so many times, so often, that with you these things does not work. And that he's definitely deep in thought about why it is none of the manipulation that he is using, the antics that he's using, why it is that this stuff is not working on you, due to his divination being very childlike. Honey, he needs to grow up and he needs to fucking mature. And here with the rich girl, yeah. That's ultimately what it is that he wants. So it's like, once again, it's that master of the skies energy that has been, oh my goodness, here in the energy since the beginning of the year. I'm also seeing that with thoughts here, he's having a very difficult time processing where it is that he's done too much or where it is that he might have done too little. So it's like he's cooked up a recipe for you, but he's not sure what more that meal needs, what more this recipe needs. He followed the instruction, he read the manual, heck, he's been living it on repeat. Um, but for whatever reason, it's not working out. So let's go ahead and do another round. Spirit, where is the rebels in this energy of this guarded person? Okay. Enamor. Gonna go this way. Lust. Karmic masculine. Man, by l'amour, let the rhythm take you over. By l'amour, take it on, oh my gosh. Okay, so, and then occupation. So, rebels, where are you? I still don't see you. I still don't see you. So you are obviously not in the picture, but due to you not abiding by what has worked for this guy previously, there is a lot of evil eye energy. Like there's projection going towards you, and he's showing he's unmasked himself. Remember, he said master of disguise. He's unmasked himself to show that he is very karmic. Remember, I was like the one thing that was standing out about this whole thing was the divine masculine. And here it is, right under divine masculine, you have karmic masculine. So obviously you are learning very well to pay attention to how people present themselves versus what they are trying to hide. And you read this person for filth. I don't even know if you said anything. So you being able to see this of them is making them very guarded. They don't know how to approach you. And I'm hearing somebody say, well, they need not to approach me then. Perfectly fine, understandable. But with intuitive care here and the unexpected money clarified with enamored, they're drawn to you. And I'm even getting this feeling of they're so easily drawn towards you that they may actually confuse this as them being in love with you. Now their thoughts is driving them crazy. They want to say something, they don't know what to say, because they're looking back at everything that they've learned, not just as, hey, why didn't this work, but more so if everything that they have learned up until the point of you, if it was a lie, right? And that's the problem with most people. They feel like one size fits all. So the manipulation is himself manipulating himself out of this mature man energy. And now occupation, I don't see occupation being about his job, his career, or anything. I feel like that this has definitely here with ritual been a practice of his that kept him on that high pedestal that he's had himself on. Where do we want to go? We want to go right here. Right here. What more do we have? Red flags. Did we say red flags? Red flags. You are my world. Let's put you are my world right there, because honey, I cannot stand it when that part gets covered up. I mean, I'm sorry. It's so exposed because the rest of it is covered up. All right, sadness. Moving forward, forest. Rags to riches. Oh, the way spirit be. Oh, Ice Queen. Ice Queen. Say cold-blooded. And the gift. In your dreams. No, literally. It says in your dreams. It says in your dreams. All right, and then behind, which one's it? rebound. So in their dreams, will they ever get this another chance with you or this same chance with you? Because they have shown themselves for exactly who they are, being in their insecurities, being in their ways of, well, everybody else do it, so why couldn't I? Or you let everybody else, so why won't you let me? Um, little do they know, this was a gift to them to for this destruction to happen, for them their tower of Lego blocks, of building blocks, of Lincoln Log woods, of ABC blocks to fall. Them having this trigger be pulled back. It's like a slingshot. They didn't realize that they were dealing in a slingshot effect and that the only target that is going to be hit was them. So, divine masculine, karmic masculine, however he perceives himself right now, he is in a very disappointed state, and eventually he will get to, hopefully, if he reflects well enough, he will eventually get to the state of realizing that it was not you who did it. You were just a catalyst for his change. It says honoring your feelings. So, however it is that he's presenting himself in front of others, whether they realize that he's karmic, whether they see him as divine, he is reflecting on himself with every moment of agreement from someone else, because your presence, the presence of you, and how it is that you have moved along from this situation, however it is that you've been able to progress from this situation, whatever lessons it is that you learned from this situation, has revealed to him that there is more to him that he did not know. I'm also feeling that this is a person who felt that they knew themselves very well. But once again, if you're a one size fits all type of person, there is a need to grow in the understanding of, when you put apples and pears together, that's a combination. But when you put apples and sweet peas together, that's a different combination. So just a brief, stupid, crazy example that, just came off the top of my head. Okay, so you are my world with Ice King, Jezebel, and Lust. Yeah, they desire you bad. They desire you so bad that it's painful, because they feel like any effort that they put in to approaching you, coming your direction, after they feel like this veil has been removed from the imagery that they feel that they are, they're afraid that you're just going to beat them down more to see further within the depths of themselves. Red flags, intuitive Kev, and unexpected money. This was a blessing for them. This was a blessing of a lesson for them. Them being able to encounter the experience of you, and you probably like, well, Miss River, I haven't even done much. No, you just being yourself. Affirmation. You just being yourself and showing them that not everybody's going to deal with their bullshit. Not everybody's going to fall for their games. Was a blessing for them. Now, do they see it as a blessing? No, they're rather feeling it as defeat. Will they see it as a blessing? It says beware. It's up to them. Okay, it's up to them. They might just crawl back into their rat hole. They might decide to, do some Pinocchio. I'm a boy now. Yeah. So here with Forrest and honey, the things that can be, what do they say? You can't see the forest beyond the trees. Follow the white rabbit. They're deep in thought. And the thing that Spirit is telling me to share with you is caution yourself with your explanation. Because when you explain to somebody how you feel and what you experience, you are also giving them the guidebook to make a decision whether they're going to manipulate you with what you shared or whether they're going to actually learn from what you shared. So what can come from that can be your self-harm to yourself by sharing certain details with them. I don't see you anywhere here, so I don't feel that this is anything of your interest to continue on with. They didn't like that. My throat. All right. So divination. Yeah. premature divination, because remember you have child under there, and the illusion and the confusion of it all, rags to riches. They really believe that the tactics that they pulled with you was actually going to get them from rags to riches, that they were going to be able to be abundant in the addition of your wealth, in the addition of your abundance, and in the addition of everything that was you was going to be them. Once again, this guy keep on coming up. This is one of those guys of, well, my woman is a reflection of me. And once again, know that woman is her own individual self, and she is a reflection of her life experiences and what she's learned and what she's built for herself. Now, if she was willing to share that with you, you should have just accepted it. Now, I'm talking directly to him. If you need to change the genders, fine then, whatever. But if she was willing to share that abundance with you, you should have just accepted it instead of feeling like playing tactical games was the appropriate way to make her stuck. And so she would just force feed you and, hey, care about me, care about me. The rebel is not here at all, so therefore, I don't think the rebel want to share with you anymore. So then Ice Queen, yeah, they feel like you cold-blooded. Okay, but the difference is your Ice Queen is not matching and aligning with their Ice King. Okay, he's a stand in a tin hut. You're sitting here on a throne. Okay, um, and it just seems so careless. He seems to have something, although his hands seem to be drawn in front of him. Nasty. To me, when I first glanced at it, it seemed as if he had something hidden behind his back. So there is a lot hidden about him, and this is one of the reasons why this person is so very well damn guarded. Because not only are they hiding a lot from you, they are hiding a lot from themselves, and they refuse to see the parts of themselves that is hiding from them. And this is to safeguard their ego. Child, which way we want to go? So, oh my gosh, we're going to bring it here. We're going to bring it here. And it says flowering. Shame, shame, shame. All right, then we have, let's put assist right here. Breakthrough. This is very sad. This is very sad, but I'm sure somebody think that motherfucker deserved it. Oh, okay. Yeah, intensity. Hey, feel how you want to feel about it. Just understand. Like, don't rain on somebody else's parade by celebrating in their downfall and everything. If anything, celebrate you because you learned your lesson and you got the hell away in the nick of time, I'm hearing. But don't mind your business with them. All right, so then you have trust. Why do we want this with trust? Okay, receptive. Okay, receptive. Receptive. Can we move this down here, please? All right, and then what do you want me to put this right here with? This, ooh, existence. You got they get laziness with this. Oh my gosh. Okay, and then rebirth. And also we have healing. And at the bottom, you have they have burden. All right, so we're gonna place burden right over there. Now the burden is they were listening to others. They not just listened to others. They were following by other people examples of what a leader should be. And this is like a tale as old as time, right? As spoken before, this is and was a gift to them to be able to experience you, because the way that your energy showed up around them, they felt like because you were such a calming energy, they they felt that because you were such a calming energy, they felt that your calming energy was about you trusting in them, not realizing your calming energy was just naturally who you are. So they really thought that the way that you were all comfortable and sharing, and they felt that that was something because of what it is that they did or some way that they felt that they disguised themselves or tricked themselves, and they was like, oh, she easy, I ain't got to do much, not realizing, honey, you were paying attention just as much as they was trying to manipulate the situation, and you felt their energy just as well as they felt your energy. They were drawn towards your energy and they love it. That sense of peace, that, oh, I just want you to be my peace. You were your own peace and you were willing to share in your peace and your sanctuary to an extent with them. And you gave them a taste of something that they are going to have to what is it called? There it is. They're going to have to go through this labyrinth by themselves, and they're on this labyrinth. They're going to see faces of others, and they're going to feel the energies of others. And will they be able to realize how those others have deceived them and how those others did not see them for who they truly could have been and pointed them in a different direction? Pointed them in a different direction with the cock on top of his head. Yeah, so this point of sadness for them is definitely a breakthrough. But just as we know, rebels, you can have a breakthrough and you can decide to stand still and not do anything to adjust the change to make life better or to show that there's any improvement necessary. And that's that space of resentment. So I do feel that soon enough, they will feel a level of resentment towards you, unbeknownst to them, that the resentment is really towards themselves and them not choosing to be an individual, and him not choosing to break themselves away from their community that should have been once upon a time a community of likeness, but they chose to stay there. So they defeated themselves based upon their past choices that built them in such a way that it defeated them in the present to be able to align them with losing you. Laziness, laziness in existence. They don't want to figure this out. They want you to be. Notice how it's like he's sitting on top of a whole bunch of pyramids of broken mirrors. It's poking him in the back. He got a couple of pillows, but it don't seem like enough. He seems like he's comfortable, but then at the same time, this man, let me bring it in closer. At the same time, this man seems like he has on glasses because he's really miserable. Wishing on a star. He's naked. He's naked. Okay, naked over here. But it seems like he has on these glasses, and I feel like that mustache is even fake, to hide the misery in his eyes. That's a way to tell that someone don't want you to see their soul for exactly what it is, because they'll cover up their eyes. And rebels, look, I do it from time to time. I don't want people to see what type of soul I got because they get to leeching off of me. So whatever. But anyway, but in front of him is the chessboard. Now, is he playing chess or is he playing checkers? And it seems as if he's not playing anything. He's done. He's waiting for someone. He's waiting for someone to just give to him the results, give to him the championship, give to him the win in the game, while he does nothing. And then there's a bird way, way beyond, way, way far off here in the photo. And that bird is the message is so far off from him. He's nowhere close. So I would say to you, rebels, if this is someone who, and once again, educational purposes, entertainment purposes, use your own discernment. It's your life. You make your own choices. So I ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm just giving a message. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. But due to that bird being so far off, I don't see anytime soon this person is going to understand what the lesson actually was. They just realize that your absence is present, that you are not there, that you are not present, and they're they're waiting. They're waiting. And I'm not going to say they're waiting in a sense of, oh, they're not dealing with anybody and they're not talking to nobody. No, they're doing what they need to do to occupy their time. And they may even be sending you stuff, or whether it be messages, songs, gifts, or, just once again, projected energy, trying to, like lure you back in with those childlike games of divination, of, oh my goodness, if I send them this, will this make them feel like, make the rebel feel like I'm sorry, or I'm still interested, or I've learned my lesson. And rebel, I don't see you falling for it. I don't see you going for it, because your piece was just drawing me to this P. And I know it's a P on each one of these cards somewhere, but your piece means so much more than you playing the mysteries of trying to figure out somebody else. And remember, we started this whole message of confirmation. There is a thick feeling of someone's guardedness, but they want you to come back in. So therefore they can feel like that person. They can feel like that main one. They could feel, they could continue to draw out the storyline however they've been drawing out the storyline, due to the facade and an image that they feel that they need to upkeep. So I don't see them at all sharing what's happening or what has happened with anyone yet, because they're in hopes of that you would turn around and that you would change your mind. So Spirit is saying, before we continue, remember your reasons. Matter of fact, as we continue, red flags and flowering. The red flags has come up. The red flags have bloomed. They have shown themselves even in the aftermath of all this. And Spirit is saying, remember your non-negotiables. Remember what they showed you. Remember how they made you feel, that put you in alignment to have an understanding of what was going on, even though you didn't get the evidence of it. How it made you feel, how this made you feel was just enough. And if you are questioning, okay, well, did I let go too soon because I do have this childhood wound, or I do have this insecurity, that's a red flag in itself as well for you, because they trigger that red flag for you to also learn your lesson. And you are not safe in a space where red flags for you will pop up. But then again, they were a blessing for you as well, because it brought something to the front of your lobe for you to pay attention to about yourself. So this is also why I said, don't gloat and celebrate in their misery. You got your own shit from this situation that you need to pay attention to. So yeah, those red flags came right on up, baby. All right. So then with intensity. Yeah, you fucked them over, and you fucked them over good. And those are their words, not mine. You fucked them over, and you fucked them over good. They didn't think that you would have ever been the one to do that to them. They didn't even think that it was even possible for anyone to make them feel, with quotations, feel the way that they do right now. And this is why they are in a confused state of mind of, man, do I love them? And notice I didn't say love. Do I love them? Man, I didn't know that I cared that much, because they know what their intentions was coming in to this situation. And obviously, and ultimately their intentions was not to be alone. You were just the next one up, and you were just willing. And they didn't expect for your willingness to be ending at the point that it did. They thought they had more time, to play those little mind tricks of, hey, I didn't know, and teach me. And, I'm hearing Music Soul Child, teach me how to love. Yeah, no. They being taught, but you are not their teacher. Spirit is their teacher. And once they get to the point of realizing the spirit within them and the lessons that spirit is trying to teach them, then they can learn. But until then, and I'm looking at how that's pointing down, and that's pointing back there, and that's pointing back there, and then it's pointing up. So you got down, side, down. Then you get up here that is going up. Receptive and trust. They gotta trust the give and receive of the universe. There's nothing that you could do for this person. Not that you were looking to do anything for this person. You've been here before yourself. And I'm I'm seeing water, but I'm also seeing air. And then I also see a person reaching. So it's like how you can go to the deep end of the pool and you sink all the way down to the bottom and you push yourself back up. They have to do that themselves. They have to buoy themselves back up. They have to feel the weight of themselves with all the water. Remember, water is emotion, with all the water that is around them, that is surrounding them, that is within them, that is them. Okay. Yeah. Ooh, honey, I don't even think they match. This is like you were out of their league. Ooh, so especially in the form of divination. Yeah. So here with rebirth, manipulation, ice queen, and the mature man. What I'm being drawn to is the camel, and what do they say? The straw that broke the camel's back, and the straw that broke the camel's back was the strength. Was the strength of the lion, and them taking being take the childlike nature of them being pulled from the arrogance, from the beastly mode of the lion that they've been. They ignored their inner child in such a way that all they wanted to do was play. They didn't realize the healing that needed to be done in regards to themselves. And this is the straw that broke the camel's back. So therefore, there is a rebirth that is being offered up to them. Where do we want to go? Okay, so just pulled out 2 decks, and at the bottom we have old conditioning and boundaries. So let's go hearts, hidden secrets first. This is poor unfortunate soul. Ooh. Okay. So somewhere in them, they do want to apologize and ask for forgiveness. Somewhere in them, they are and have been rather distracted. Loyalty in one day. Yep. So they're not in a place of healing right now. They're in a place of deflecting. And Spirit said one day, they will understand that they knew not of what they have done or what was offered to them. Right? Loyalty, yeah, because they're still in this facade type of nature. Because they can rely on this mismatch that they do with the divine and with the karmic masculine energies of themselves. Though they don't understand how there is no loyalty in that behavior unless you are willing to not have a level up in life. So it's going to be up to them. Whether, Spirit said one day, someday, somewhere, another time. They may and they may not, right? Distraction with the lust, the Jezebel, the Ice King. This is what keeps them sidetracked and keeps them challenged and keeps them in a place of delay of who it is that they feel that they are worthy to be, that they just aren't. And I'm looking through the camera and I'm looking at how intuitive Kay's head looked like it perfectly fits with this. They know somewhere in them that they owe you an apology for how they showed up and for their guardedness. Because, Rebels, I feel that you felt their guardedness before this ending even started to break, that you felt the guardedness, and that's what triggered you to say, you know what, let me reevaluate what has been said, what has been done, what hasn't been said, what hasn't been done. Let me reevaluate this whole thing. You was like, fuck it. No, thank you. It ain't been that long, or even if it ain't been that long, then it's like, why would I want to stick up in this to, try to figure out, like, am I really seeing what I'm seeing? And if it has been a long time, you're like, why do I want to get this shit anymore in my time? Because you've seen it for what it is. So they do want to give you somewhere in them forgiveness. I mean, to ask you for forgiveness, to apologize, because they feel this void that something is missing. They obviously know that you're missing, but what's so special about you is what they're missing. Okay, and then we have divine masculine yin yang energy. Then we have, what is this? The Quran. It was their beliefs. They're in deep thought, and it's very intense about their beliefs, because what do we say? There's, in order to grow, you have to let go of people, places, things, and certain ideologies. And they are being challenged with looking at what how you present it in your beliefs and what it is that they have always known. And when they have, certain people, places, things, and ideologies still in existence telling them, like, no, this is a livable way, but there's a void in them that it's a void in them that's saying something about this is not right, but everything around them is in agreement to what they felt they've always known. Past life, deja vu. Ooh, honey, okay. Repeated patterns, karmic lessons, deja vu. Mm. Yeah, they gonna keep on going through this cycle. Now they may not have an immediate contact with someone of your energy or you, but they are gonna keep on going through this cycle. Now, Spirit said, step aside, move out the way, because unless you're willing to be this person's repeated pattern, honey, if you get into this repeated pattern with them and you keep on going through this cycle with them, you're gonna have karmic lessons too. And don't be nobody boo-boo fool, okay? Um, this is bad. This is bad. It's bad because it's painful, because it's a painful experience, and I've been here before, and that's what I'm saying. I know that it's a very painful and bad experience. It's a long way, because when you don't take heed to somebody else who you know has a genuine heart. Now remember, this is all reason why they went, because they felt that you was easy, because they knew that you were peaceful, and they wanted to, be at peace with you in a sanctuary, but they wanted to still be able to go out and be about the shit that they've been about, just not up in your face. Hun, Spirit said, rebel, move out the way. Get out the way. Don't, unless you feel like, okay, well, my love for this person is just so more meaningful than me protecting myself. Child, you would be crazy. All right. And then Ice Queen, rebirth, family, parenting. Ew. So you got they got rebirth, confirmation. They get rebirth with family and pregnancy and fertility. Ah, oh, I want to scream. Ah, So it's going to haunt them. It's going to haunt them. Could they had done more? Should they had done less? Would they had even been willing to, if they had attempted, if they knew the outcome in their dreams? Is why are we saying get another one over here? Ooh, breaking point. One day the breaking point shall happen. Oh, and why we want to pull? And then soulmate. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, and at the bottom, withdrawn. Mm, they will never be the same again. I never be the same again. I bet you didn't understand the things you put me through. That's Ghostface and Carl Thomas. I should have been a better man, but you didn't understand. No, now it's time that I move on. Ooh. Yeah. So with that song being had, I'm hearing that they are at whatever point they come out of this dwelling place, when that I realize that other people are realizing that they're in. Other people don't know the details of why they are in this dwelling place, or that it is in fact a dwelling place. But when they do come out, they are gonna try to buoy themselves back up from the bottom of the pool to come up for air. And like all that cat daddy shit. It wasn't them, it was you, rebel. Okay. Ooh, sacrifice. So then, ooh, baby. So them to come for them to come back to you and apologize will have to be will be a sacrifice and a ego death for them. That is a big move. Okay, that's a big move. But Spirit say, Rebel, stay back, because you know right now they're trying to pull all the antics that they possibly can. Right? They're trying to pull all the antics that they possibly can. So how would you, Rebel, actually know that it's authentic? This person needs to break. They have to break. Okay. And then you have false narratives. Oh, damn, we said discernment. Yeah. Ooh, false narratives. Those false narratives is going with the lazy man, and the child. Humanitarian. The service. They don't. I know it's a whole bunch. Oh, this is bad. This is ugly. This is ugly. Soul family. Yeah, they're seeking out their soul family. So with the humanitarian, it says your soul longs to. Just seeing closer. It says your soul longs to joyfully serve. Being of service is a huge calling that is honorable and satisfying. How are you being called to service humanity? Serve with grace and humility to access those that cannot help themselves. Be an advocate, a confident and an inspiring along the way. That's the point they gotta get to. They gotta get that, but they can't do that if you're willing to stick around and show that they don't have to do the work in order for you to be around, right? Like I feel this energy of you was always willing to. Hey, that's a red flag. Hey, I'm gonna leave you. Hey, that's a red flag. Hey, I'm about to go. Hey, that's a red flag. I'm done. And they tried to gaslight you with, oh, you always trying to leave and you always trying to let go. And I thought we were supposed to work things out. And I thought that's what relationships are about, honey. That's what commitment is about. And commitment is not just on one person's side, okay? Notice it was the child with divination. They wanted you to coddle them and their premature efforts and take on all the responsibility for the both of you, even though all they was going to do is fuck up your car because they did not have a license to drive. Okay, and then we have distorted view. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they gonna be up in this shit for a while. I don't see this ending anytime. Okay, protection needed at the bottom. The only person who can protect them is they self, because this is them against them. This is all about why they are so guarded. Okay. Ooh, honey. Pennywise. Yeah. Anyway, taking the leap. Ain't that some shit to come down right here, over here, up under it? Taking the leap to let go of the evil eye, to let go of the, oh, look at what you did to me. No, you did it yourself because you wanted to be equipped. And bro, I'm not talking to you. They did it to themselves because they wanted access to something that should have been unaccessible to them, but they wanted complete promised access to you, rebel, who they were not equipped for the position. They weren't. All right, and then at the bottom it said, oh, the dreams realized. Ain't that something? So dreams realized in your dreams, occupation withdrawn. Let's go over here. We split the deck. And it says time master. Quit waiting for someone to return or for something to unfold precisely as you desire. You have to show up to your new life, your new world, and your new way of doing things. All this is a message for them. We just being a little nosy of why the heck somebody's energy is so thick of guardedness and who did it to you, honey? It wasn't the rebel. And then you got 7 of Pentacles. Honey, look, they gonna have to bake this bread themselves. They definitely gonna have to bake this bread themselves. They gonna have to realize these things, all this of themselves. They gonna have to, when we talking about recipes and ingredients, they gonna have to figure it all out for themselves because you were there to help them along. You were there giving them honesty and truth, but they didn't believe you. I haven't had this energy of somebody telling you blatantly that you're not as smart as you think that you are. All right, let's get a moon card. Celebration. It's supposed to be a celebration, but I don't see them seeing it as that. We want to cut right here. And then we have I'm about to fall in love. Then I tell you they falling in love with you, so they believe. But then again, are they really 44 on the clock? And then it says spiritual values. What is to be shared? At the tarot. Let's get this a quick shuffle. I'm gonna get y'all out of here. A quick shuffle and split the deck. Oh, honey, the devil. The devil. And then at the bottom you have support. 333. Seeing this angel number is a sign that it is time to focus inward and work on your skills, discover your talents, and use your imagination. Unleash your inner artist. Doing so will boost your esteem and sense of Rebels, I love you. We need to get up out this energy, honey. Rebels, go make your life do what it needs to do for you, honey. You are going to be perfectly fine. And for a message for you, it says, oh wow, it says you are safe. Go Rebels.